Number 7, we are about to derive the quadratic formula. We all know that the quadratic formula is x is equals to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. This formula was derived from the quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So all we have to do is to subtract both both sides by c. So we have ax squared plus bx is equals to negative c. Then we divide both sides by a. So we have x squared plus b over a. X is equals to negative c over a. Now, we apply the completing the square to the first and second term. So by completing the square, by completing the square, the first and second terms, first we need to identify the coefficient of the second term. So identify the coefficient of the second term. Then we have to divide it by 2. Then divide by 2. So the next step we have to do, we square it all. So number 2, square it all. So in the first step, so we identify the coefficient of second term. This is the first term and this is the second term. So the coefficient is b over a. So this is the coefficient. Then we divide it by 2. So we have b over 2a. Okay. Now the second term or second step, the b over 2a, we need to square it all. So this will become b squared over 4a squared. Okay? Okay. Then we go back to this equation. So we have x squared plus b over a x. We need to leave a space because we need to add this term to the left and right side of the equation. So we put now this term 4a squared is equals to negative c over a plus b squared over 4a squared. Okay? Now, the left side is now a perfect square. So this will become x plus b over 2a squared. Okay? And then we simplify the right side. So the common denominator is 4a squared. Well, this will become negative 4ac. Okay? And then plus b squared. Okay? We put the square root on both sides. Now we have x plus b over 2a is equals to plus or minus. You put the radical sign. And then we arrange b squared minus 4ac. We switch these two. It's the same, huh? Over 4a squared. Okay? Then, we bring this b over 2a, or we subtract b over 2a on the left and the right side. So now we have x is equals to minus b over 2a plus or minus. We bring this out of the radical sign. So now we have b squared minus 4ac square root over 2a. Now, we arrange furthermore because this term and this term have the common denominator of 2a. So we have x is equals to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. Okay? All over 2a, which is our quadratic formula. And that is actually this one. Okay? Yeah? Quadratic formula. That's it.